Hello, welcome back to the Tizen Tidbits series. Today we're going to focus on creating your first Tizen web application. We're going to be using Tizen Studio, and we will have a similar video for Tizen.net. Just like in previous videos, we're going to go to developer.samsung.com to learn more about Tizen and in general, more about Samsung technologies. Today we're going to go to the Build section, then to the Galaxy Watch, and here you're going to find several shortcuts that could help you to get where you want. In this particular case, we're going to the Web App Standalone. This is going to be covering the Create Your First Tizen Wearable Web Application. You have similar sections for .NET and native applications, but today we're just going to cover this, web applications. From here, we're not going to really check this page. This is going to be more like a way for you to guide yourself through this entire process, but the video is going to have a similar steps than what you have in this page. At this point, I assume that you have already installed Tizen Studio on your machine, and you can go ahead and create a new project. So today we're going to pick templates. Then we're going to create one for a wearable device. In this case, I'm going to pick version 4. And like I have said before, you can create a native or web application, but we're going to pick the web application. And here you have the different templates that you can use. So to start with, we're going to go with the basic UI, but quite likely later we're going to create something with the Tizen Advanced UI list, so that we have here, but let's just start with this one. So of course, it's going to ask me for a project name. So we're going to say basic UI video. It's going to create in your tab all the files that you're going to need, including the config file and the index.html that we're going to check in a second. And also you're going to have other files that are quite common to any front-end developers or anyone that has created something with web. So you're going to have your main.js, your JavaScript, the logic, and then the style.css, where you're going to put this style, well, for your web application. Now, let's get to the code. We're going to start with index.html, and as you can see, it has HTML code similar to any web page that you may have created before. So you have the HTML tags, also the head section, so here, the body, and you can modify them pretty much with all the same HTML tags that you have done before. Now, usually in the head section, you're going to be including the links, the references to the JavaScript files and the CSS files that you're going to need. So in this case, the project is already adding the references to the style.css and the main.js files. So you can see it here. And also it's important to note that here, when you're making the reference to the .js file, because that's inside of a folder, then we are specifying that, well, pretty much you also see it here in the CSS file. So if you are creating more folders, if you have a folder name resources or a folder name libraries, you're going to be including that here. You know, you have to be careful of the path, the local reference that you are including. Now, in this particular case, what we have is just a text in this span that we have here that says basic. So if we go to our tools, we launch the Emulator Manager, and in this particular case, we open the wearable image that we have. That's going to start Tizen in our emulator. And then we're going to have our emulator ready to go. Now, if we want to run this on our emulator, we're going to select the project, right-click, Run as Tizen Web Application. This is going to launch the application in our emulator. So first it's going to load it. And here you have what we have that is basic. So suppose that we go back and change it. And I'm going to say hello tidbits, we save it, and then we run it again. And then we should be able to see hello tidbits. Obviously here we're not adding any kind of style, we're not adding anything to make it look okay, so that's why we end up having this. So let's find out what kind of changes do we have to make to improve this. First thing that we can do is to figure out that the hello tidbits text has this class, context text. So to modify that, we can go to the style.css, we can find out the context text class, and we can start modifying it. So usually I am more comfortable talking with pixels, so let's go for, I don't know, 45 pixels. Then let's change the color to something a little bit different. So let's go for EFAAC4, although obviously it can be any color. Let's save it, and it's going to show us a preview how it's going to look. And then let's change the text align to center, and hopefully that's going to change how it looks. There you go, hello tidbits. So obviously this looks a little bit better than what we had before, and we can modify it. To be able to add more functionality to our application, we can continue modifying this project, but it would be easier if I just create a new project and use what we already have. That in this case, we can go to templates, again, wearable for web applications. And I mentioned before the Tizen Advanced UI list that is over here, this template. We can go for the basics, but let's check already the list. And then let's say tidbits, put a name. That's fine. So we're going to get a new project over here. Again, config file .index.html. So I'm going to close from the previous one so I don't get confused. Okay, so now we have these ones open, and we have it here. Now, important thing that we have, for one, is that our CSS file has been changed. So it's pretty much empty, and it's because now we have a library folder that includes the Tizen Advanced UI. So, and well, in this case, you see the wearable, it has some JavaScript and some themes. So a lot of CSS that are going to be in here. So you see, and even for different colors, it usually uses the default that we find here. And in our application now, the default that we have here, it includes the style CSS, well, the one that we can modify, but also includes the Tizen Advanced, the TAU wearable library, and the style sheet. And also, I think here at the bottom, we're going to see some references to JavaScript that are included in the library. So how is this going to work? Well, for once, now you can see that two different sections in our class. So for one, we have the header. So here is going to be the title that you're going to put for your application. So again, hello tidbits, we're going to add it. And here you're also going to have a list that is going to show you how it works. And this is important that it has the class UI list view, because this is going to help the library to understand what is it that it's presented as a list view, as a list in our. Oh, okay, I needed to save it. And then we're going to see what kind of additional functionality we already have in our application. So for once here, hello tidbits. So this is why we had this class section, the UI title. And then second, the list view is going to help us to show the list elements, and not just that, it's going to help the navigation to show it like this. So in our emulator, now you can see this, and you can also use the vessel to control the navigation in your list, which is incredibly useful to display information in any kind of application that you're creating for a wearable device. To keep this video short, I'm just going to check one final aspect of this simple application that we have here. So right now we're displaying all our elements in one page, and literally we have only one file, one index.html, where we have the entire structure of our application. But what happens if we want to go to a different page? What happens if these list items show us just the list of items that we want, but we want to check the details of each one of them? So we could do that in a different page, and that's what you usually have in a website, in a web application. You are moving from one page to another, and you can display the details there. So how do you do that interaction? How do you do that navigation from one page to the other? So first thing, you are going to need another page. So I'm just going to create a new application, a new page, I'm sorry. I'm going to say new HTML5, and I'm going to call it page 2, right? Page 2. And it just gives us the general structure. So just because I'm going to be lazy, I'm going to copy pretty much the first page, and I'm going to paste it here. We don't really need everything here, so I'm going to eliminate a lot of things. So the list, and then just to make certain, I'm going to call in the title page number 2. Perfect. We are already done here. Second, in the first page, you already see that in our list, by default, the template was already giving us anchors for each one of them. So right now, they're not referencing to anything. But what happens if we modify this and then we just include the page that we want to go to? So in this particular case, what we need to do is to change the reference here and say page2.html. Okay, save it, of course, and then let's run our application as a web application, and then let's check it in our thing. So like right now, since you can see, I only added the reference only to the first item. So if I click in any of the others, nothing is going to happen. But if I click here, it's going to take us to page 2. Now, one of the things that you could do manually, although it's not recommended, is to try to, I don't know, give a link to the back, to go back to the previous page. But since we're already using the Tizen Advanced UI library, you can use the back button to try to go back. But obviously you can see that it didn't work. So quite likely I made a mistake. So we can check it really quick. And that is going to be in the app.js. And one of the important things that we see is that the page ID, when it's main, it's just going to try to exit the current application, which is what happened with us. So since I did copy paste, quite likely what happened is that the ID that I was giving to the page active, it was also main, so it's getting confused. It's thinking that this is also the main one. So I'm just going to call it second, or well, even page 2, since that was the name that we were giving this. So page 2. And now let's try it again. We go to the second page, and then in page 2, we should be able to return to the first page. And if we're in the main page and we again click the back, it's going to be able to return to the to the watch face. So it did work. At this point, you already have a working project, and you can start adding more functionality to it. In future videos, we're going to dive deeper in different parts of the code that could be useful for you to create your first wearable application and hopefully publish it in the Galaxy Store. Let me know if you liked the video, and have a great day.